Okay, bows and bow ties. You're gonna have to excuse me because I'm always a mess in the morning. I got on the road much later than I wanted to. So it's 5:36 a.m. Um, and I just want to talk about something for a second. You know, I know a lot of times people always say black people don't want to support black people, right? But sometimes you got to stand for something or fall for anything. Now, I'm not saying this is some huge thing, but I really am just not interested in the Color Purple movie. I said it. I have no intentions of seeing it. I know my sister wanted to get together with my other sister. She wanted us to get together to go see it. It happens to be that I'm actually busy when she wants to see it. But moreover, I have no interest in seeing that movie. None. And it's like, because on the one hand, you want to support these actresses and singers, right? You want to support them. But I'll give you my other reasons why I don't really care to go see this movie. Number one, I'm tired of seeing the black human condition in such a negative light. So, like, the setting of the movie, if I remember correctly, is post Reconstruction era. Um, you know what I mean? Post slavery. But there's still so much racism going on, stuff like that. Why do I want to see another movie that shows us speaking like we're runaway slaves and shows us being mistreated by society, being mistreated within our own community, etc. The dysfunction, the breakdown, the poverty, the the just everything. I am so tired of us when we make movies that have a lot of black people in it. It's always on some. It's either always something in relation to slavery or being like a drug dealer or something, some form of abuse. And I don't want to see any more of these kinds of movies. I don't understand why we can't make a movie about, I don't know, women on a journey to I don't know, to some place. I don't know. Or something of like, I'm not saying that there is no triumph in the color purple, but I feel like we don't do anything good. Like, why can't we have a science fiction movie with black women? Or I don't know. Why can't we have a comedy where we don't have to totally debase ourselves? But like, why can't we have a comedy or like a drama? Like, I think about things like, remember Steel Magnolias? That was a great movie, right? It's not to say that there wasn't drama or anything like that, but you had a comedic element in there. It told a story, you know. There was all kinds of stuff going on, right? But it wasn't about this horrible human condition of white women, right? It was just a good movie. I remember it had Julia Roberts, and it was like a star-studded cast, if I remember correctly. We don't like to make movies like that. Very rarely do we make movies like that. Very rarely do we make like a regular movie like Soul Food, right? A regular old regular movie. We want to continue to profit off of the pain of black women. So it's like, hey, let's remake The Color Purple again. How many times does The Color Purple need to be remade? It was made as a movie, then it was on Broadway, now it's back in the movies again. This is going to lead me into my second reason why I don't want to see it. Number two, apparently it's a musical. Well, why are we bringing the musical to the large screen? Isn't that what Broadway's for? So now we've got a movie musical. So first we had the movie, then we had the musical on Broadway. Now we got a movie musical. I don't even know if that's a such thing. I just made that up, a movie musical. I'm like, no, I want to see people actually act, right? But But they have a bunch of singers. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know. It's just not something I want to see. Third, I hear Taraji and Fantasia kiss movie. I don't want to see that. And they wake up in a bed with. I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that. I don't like what's being promoted there. Not just the lifestyle, but like they just constantly want to show black women in these bad situations, bad conditions, like because of their disdain for how they have been abused. Now they're showing black women turning to. I don't want to see that. I do not. The fourth reason why I don't want to see the color purple is I'm just tired of Whoopi Goldberg. Not Whoopi Goldberg. I'm tired of Oprah not treating the black cast or black people, like the people around him, right. You know, like you got Whoopi Goldberg, from my understanding, that has no affiliation with this project at all. And I'm like, Whoopi Goldberg is basically the color purple. How do you redo something and Whoopi Goldberg is not in some way, shape, or form affiliated with? Allegedly. My understanding is she's not even involved in this project. Allegedly. But like Whoopi Goldberg is not even part of this project in some way, shape, or form. Even a cameo. That's my understanding. You've got these young actresses, my understanding is they're not being paid, you know. But I'm pretty sure, which will lead me into my fifth reason? The people who are responsible for funding this project, I'm sure, are probably not black people. So the people who are going to get paid out for this project are non-black people. That's not to say that they shouldn't have opportunities, but black people are not getting as many opportunities. So now you're going to have a bunch of non-black people profiting off of telling the same beat down story of black women's pain. I don't understand why we have to continuously make these types of movies. I think also too, my sixth reason why I'm just not interested in seeing this is it's primarily because I think Oprah's really at the helm of this. I just feel like she is out of touch. She's not in sync with the community. She I don't think she likes black people. I think she's needs to do some therapy. She may have gotten some, but she needs to do more. Um, she's constantly trying to tell these stories about black men. Now, don't get you guys know how I feel about caping for black men. I don't think we need to cape for black men, but I also don't think that you have to single-handedly be the one to try to tear them down either. We know black men got some mess about them out going on right now. They're a whole collective disaster. I mean, if it doesn't apply to you, get out of your feelings. But collectively, they are a disaster right now. They are a disaster, and they're in denial. But I am not interested in going and trying to tear them down either. They're doing a good job of tearing themselves down. I don't need for us to go tear them down. They are tearing themselves down. So when I see someone like Oprah, I just really feel like she is not for us. Like I think Oprah, if she could, she would no longer be black. Like I think if we were up to her, she would be a white woman. Like Oprah doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. And let me tell you, I think she's so far out of touch. I think she feels like she's untouchable. And you know, America, this world has a way of reminding you of exactly who you are, billionaire, millionaire, or not. They will remind you exactly who you are. So the way I see it is I'm just not that interested in supporting an open project, at least not today. Things could change. I don't like this kind of project. Um, I think for me also too, another reason why I don't want to see it is I just feel like we got to start demanding more for how we want to represent our image. Was that number seven? We need to start debating more on how we want to represent our image. So maybe people who look like me need to not support these kind of movies. And it sucks because there are some ladies who are in this project who I'm sure are going to be really talented. They're really talented and they should have this opportunity and you want to support them. But I feel like I'm tired of supporting the same type of stuff. I'm just not interested. This is the reason why whenever there's a slave movie, I don't like to watch it. If there's any sort of like drug dealer kind of movie, except for maybe The Wire when they had that Wire series, because I like looking at Idris Elba. Oh my goodness, my husband's like, look at you, just look at you. Like, there goes your man. I'm like, why are you saying that? Why are you saying these things, babe? Anyway, I digress. The point I'm making is I don't like watching a whole bunch of slave movies and drug dealer type movies. It's just not my thing. I am not interested in watching these kinds of movies, these kinds of projects. They're usually negative. They paint us in this bad light. It's true. I don't even want to see anything historical right now. Like when they did the Harriet Tubman underground. I said the runaway railroad, the underground railroad. I can't even get my thoughts right. It's still early. I'm just not interested in this type of thing. Now, y'all can say that I am not for the people, not for the cause, and it's okay. Because right now, I'm not for these. Not for these. No. Sorry. Trying to get a little closer here. I'm just not. So if people say, "Oh, she doesn't support," I'm like, "Okay, well, you can say what you want, but I'm not interested in supporting that type of thing. I'm just not. I'm not. Y'all see how I got these big old fluffy curls going on today? My hair is a whole situation, but it's always a situation, and it's raining outside. That wasn't a smart move. Even this is the reason why I stayed braided up. I should have worn it bone straight, but I knew it wasn't gonna last. So I put some flexi rods in, but because I don't have a whole lot of product, it's just still like big and puffy. I don't have anything to like weigh it down. Okay, anyway, back to what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not here for Oprah and her shenanigans. I feel like Oprah is an elitist. I think that she really is not here for the community. And she's like, I think this was just one big money grab, if you ask me, because the color purple was so beloved, kind of like The Lion King and some other like classics. I think she felt like she had that clout where, like, well, I was in this. I'm Oprah. Let me get a money grab. Let me do this. It's like it's just never enough for her. I already decided I her anyway, but with this whole Maui situation, she knows she is raggedy. All those people who suffered out there, they suffered. And she's on their ancestral land, buying up all this land. She could have annexed some of that land back to the families, given them some of that land back. I don't know if it's useful land or not, but at least even temporarily, she could have housed those people. She's begging people for $10 million to help start this fund. I'm like, no, you start it. You're the one who's directly benefiting from being out there in Maui. You're on their land. You take your 10 million. See, a lot of people are like, oh, she's doing something. I'm like, are you kidding me? Her and her rock starting that $10 million Maui fund or whatever it was called. That's a tax write-off. And all these people out there, it's like some of y'all are just so easily fooled. Heck, sometimes I'm fooled too. But I'm just like, Oprah is on some other stuff. But anyway, I already listed my 7 reasons why I'm just really not feeling wanting to see The Color Purple. Because I'm getting off topic. I'm not interested in seeing that. I'm so tired of seeing the black human condition as what it is. I'm tired of it. I don't want to see any more slave movies. I don't want to see any more post-Reconstruction era movies. I don't want to see any more movies on black drug dealers and poverty or anything like that. I want to see some regular movies, like when they came out with Soul Food or something, about people laughing, maybe a little bit of family drama, and then some triumph in the end. I want to see maybe a science fiction. I want to see a mystery or something like that. I want to see some regular movies. What I don't want to see is a whole bunch of people in the post Reconstruction era. Come on, master. No. I don't want to see Taraji and Fantasia kissing. I don't want to see that. That's not the story that I think needs to be told. I don't want to see any more abuse. I don't want to see her be like, I don't want to. I'm tired of Oprah lining her pockets. I guarantee you the people who are supporting this project are not black people. So you're gonna have a whole bunch of non-black people profiting off of the pain of black women. I'm tired of the fact that black women aren't being paid their worth. Oprah knows that she is raggedy. I don't even think she likes being black. I don't think she wants to be a black woman. I think she's mad that she every day she wakes up and her cells regenerate and they look the way they do. I'm telling you, I am sick and tired of Oprah. And when I was talking about it before, I know people don't want to hear what I got to say. And the same thing goes for Beyonce. Look, y'all sitting out there idolizing this chick. Beyonce is not for you. She does all her stuff in private, but will publicly take your money. She won't come out and support anything publicly. She will sit there and let y'all spend all your little bit of rent money, all your little coins, your little paychecks to go see her in the same leotards and carrying on, twerking or whatever in front of her daughter. I said what I said. All right, so now that I got that all off my chest and how I'm conflicted about the color purple, let me just say this and I'm going to wrap this up. I listed like a whole bunch of reasons why I just don't want to see it. I think the only thing, well, I'm still not going to go see it. I think the only reason why anybody would even want to go see it at this point is just to support the ladies that are currently in the project. It's like you want to support the black women, but I'm like, at what point do we say this isn't the kind of support that we want to lend? This is not where we want to spend our hard-earned dollar, right? At what point do we say not this? I'm just saying. So I don't know. Maybe y'all can say I'm a hater or whatever. I mean, maybe I am. I don't know. I'm just like I don't want to see that. I and then I saw somewhere they said that they don't even say that God is trying to tell you something. I heard that that's not even in it. I don't know if that's true because I didn't see it. But there's just certain things you have to have. You gotta have that song. You gotta have that song, Sister. You've been on my mind. You remember that one? Look, if you're not gonna have that, anyway, that's it. Anyway, the point is, nobody wants to go to the movies to see a movie musical. We already saw the movie. It was already a musical on Broadway. Now you want to put it on a large screen, a movie musical? Give me a break. There are plenty of other books out there that can be adapted into a movie. There's so many books out there that can be adapted into a movie. But no, we want to do the color purple again. And this is the other thing about something like the color purple, whatever. If we're not profiting off the pain of black women or watching black men be drug dealers and go to jail or whatever, it's like we can't even come up with an original thought. We always got to do, oh, well, we're going to do the black so and so. I'm like, no, we don't have to do the black anything. This is why when people are always like, let's have the black Santa, the black this, the black that. I'm like, no, stop with this shenanigans. Just come up with a whole new thing. That's it. It's like we have to continuously go by the standard of people who don't look like us and then say, well, we're going to blackify it up. No, let them have that. It's okay for us to do something different. We don't have to have the black this, black that, the black Annie, the black Ariel, black. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ariel wasn't like a black person, it was just a mermaid, right? But you see where I'm going. It's like we constantly have to have the black something. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm beginning to think that we don't have an original bone in our body, which we know that's not true. But we always have to come up with the black something else. I'm like, oh my goodness. But anyway, for those of you who are joining in, okay, yes, these people are out here rolling today in this rain. You might want to catch the replay. I listed my reasons why I'm conflicted with this color purple thing because I want to support the ladies, but not really. I don't want to see it. I already know what happens. There's also a book out in the color purple. I'm like, I don't want to see that. No. I'm like, I don't know why Fantasia wanted to do this again anyway. I'm like, how many times does Fantasia need to do Color Purple? She did it on Broadway, and now she wants to do it on big screen. I'm like, aren't you tired of singing the same songs and showing the same pain? That's letting me know that you are now typecast, Fantasia. You are typecast into being a silly. You can't be anything else now other than somebody who wants to sing on her pain. That's it. That's what it is. I don't know. Maybe they need to start having Garcelle use her from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She's a producer, right? She needs to produce a better movie. Maybe she needs to produce a movie, and it's not about black people being in pain. I think that the last big black movie that came out that people really liked was, well, no, I think Hidden Figures, but that had a lot of white people in it too. But it was, I think, was it Precious? That's another one I didn't want to go see. I don't want to go see some women being abused and abusing. I don't want to see that. They always got to make tacky movies, tackiest movies. So I'm gonna tell, look, dear America, there's 500 million type of other books out there that can be adapted into a movie. I said what I said, and now I'm getting ready to get off of this whole StreamYard situation because I'm getting close to my jobby job, and I need to figure out how I'm gonna protect my already big hair. All right, have a good one. Oh, shoot. Bye.